Hi everyone, I'm Heather Dawson. Welcome to California Life. Well, one of TV's most popular reality shows, Dancing with the Stars, is back this week. Now, many of the show's professional dancers have become household names. So we caught up with some future famous dancers who were featured on Dancing with the Stars. The dancing duo Alex and Nicole have been training under the legendary Buddy Schwimmer at the 5678 Dance Studio in Redlands. And they love to swing, salsa, and samba.
My success is that I can make almost anybody do something out there that they thought they couldn't do.
Keep an eye out for Alex and Nicole. They might be headed to another dance show geared towards children. Well, back in the day of neon bikinis, Palm Springs was the destination for spring break in California. But the late Sonny Bono helped put a stop to college kids cruising the Strip more than 20 years ago. So, to help rekindle a relationship with the spring break crowd, tourism officials in Palm Springs sent 55,000 text messages to 18 to 27-year-olds in California. We'll have to check back and see if it worked. Well, if you're looking for more of a challenge, our Spotlight story should pique your interest. Every year, tens of thousands of people flock to California's Eastern Sierras to enjoy skiing, camping, and fishing. But there is one epic challenge found in those rugged mountains that challenges your mind, spirit, and body. David Wiley took that challenge and filed this report from Mount Whitney.
Hidden away in the vast eastern Sierra Nevadas is the majestic Mount Whitney. Rising 14,494 feet above sea level, it is the tallest peak in the lower 48 states and one of the most prized accomplishments for hikers. Located just west of the small town of Lone Pine, about a 4-hour drive north of Los Angeles, Mount Whitney manages to attract adventurers from all over the nation and the world. It had been a long dream of mine to hike this eastern Sierra giant, and on this late September morning, my time had finally come. Our group, 6 in all, assembled at the trailhead at 4:30 in the morning. It's a 22-mile round-trip hike, and we would need the entire day to make our way over the rocky terrain through the thin mountain air. With headlights to light our way, we ventured into the early morning darkness. Within several hours, the sun began to rise, revealing the small Lone Pine Lake. Soon, we were moving up above the tree line, and the trail's incline began to increase dramatically, deciding to pitch tents and tackle the rest of the hike on another day. But our group was determined to conquer Mount Whitney in a single day. And as we left the barren trail camp, we headed towards what would prove to be the most challenging part of our journey, a section of the trail known as the 97 Switchbacks. This part of the trail quickly scales a steep, rocky slope, gaining more than 1,700 feet in elevation in just 2 miles. With oxygen already in short supply, a slow, steady pace was taken to assure we would make it up one of the trail's most storied parts. We finally reached our next stopping point, a place called Trail Crest. At 13,600 feet, Trail Crest is on the mountain ridge line and is the last stop for many hikers before making their final push to the summit. The views here are spectacular. Looking to the west, there's nothing but vast wilderness, dotted by high Sierra lakes. After refueling, our group was off again to tackle the final 2.8 miles. At this point, the trail opens up and the terrain becomes otherworldly, like a moonscape, totally barren, nothing but rocks. The air is much thinner, and I'm really struggling to catch my breath. But then, a glimmer of hope. From a distance, we spot a small rock building at the summit. Used as an observatory in the early 1900s, it was a sign that we were almost there. Finally, after more than 8.5 hours of hiking, I made it to the top of Mount Whitney. Exhausted, but proud of my accomplishment.
Well, that's one of the toughest things I've ever done in my life. The tallest mountain in the continental U.S., Mount Whitney. It's got my respect.
And the respect of the 6 in our group, all who made it to the top, many of them first-timers like myself.
One thing is, people that do this all the time, they tell you once you're on top, We're only halfway home, so we got to go back down. It was a great trip. We made it.
As we left the summit, we signed the guest book before making the 5-hour hike back down to the trailhead. And while we had sore muscles and aching backs, we also brought home memories of an adventure we'll never forget. From Mount Whitney, I'm David Wiley for California Life.
Every parent wants their student to be at the head of the class, and whether they're just entering kindergarten or going off to college,
it's all about technology.
choosing between the many high-tech gadgets and gizmos on the market might seem overwhelming. But award-winning tech expert Andrea Smith says you can save big if you shop around.
Find the best technology you can afford at this moment and see if you can get a good deal on it.
When it comes to computers,
I really like the trend this year of convertible PCs, like this Toshiba Satellite Radius, 15-inch 4K Ultra HD.
Smith says the thin, lightweight PC is the first two-in-one to offer 4K HD resolution.
It's perfect for students because you can start out in laptop mode, doing your homework, rotate the screen a full 360 degrees into a tablet mode, so then you can just kick back and watch movies in 4K resolution. It's also built for Windows 10, so it's got an HD webcam and it's got dual mics for voice apps like Cortana and Skype.
Smith also recommends investing in software to protect your students' data.
Kids are on campus using open Wi-Fi, they're sharing files. You want to get Symantec's Norton Security because one subscription here protects up to 10 devices. It's easy to install, it's easy to manage, and it protects against new and emerging threats, not just any viruses you may have.
And there are a number of parental controls and optional backup features to help you lock down your students' personal information.
You also need to be able to access your data anywhere you are, whether you're on a campus or just in school. This is the SanDisk Connect wireless stick.
The wireless stick comes in capacities up to 128 gigabytes, and it plugs right into your computer's USB port, just like a regular flash drive.
So you can transfer files to this. You can access content from it. In fact, up to 3 devices can access content at one time or watch an HD video.
If you want to watch something really cool, Smith suggests you get one of these programmable robots called Dash and Dot, being used in hundreds of schools nationwide.
For younger students, it's amazing. I mean, kids as young as 5 are learning to program. He's used them with tablets and free apps like Blockly, which is updated for content every week. And as the kids see the robots respond to their commands, they begin to understand how they can affect change.
And if that doesn't put a smile on your face, then perhaps this iPhone deal from T-Mobile will.
You can upgrade now for no money down and $15 a month when you trade in a smartphone, any phone. And for people who hog all the data in their family, check out T-Mobile's family plan. 4 people in one family get 10 gigabytes of 4G LTE data each for $30 a line, no sharing.
And like the rest of these deals, it won't break the bank. Bringing you the best of back-to-school shopping, I'm Audra Stafford for California Life.
Research shows that nearly 1 in 3 kids in the U.S. between the ages of 2 and 19 is overweight. Deborah Seike hopes to dramatically reduce that number with her Life Skills program.
The Patio Restaurants in San Diego, where you'll always find fresh seasonal food with a distinct local flavor. Toast to the coast at the Patio on Lamont in Pacific Beach. Enjoy beefed up ballpark favorites at the Patio in Left Field at Petco Park. Try the top-notch collection of tequila at the Patio on Goldfinch in Mission Hills. And fire up your taste buds at Fireside by the Patio at Liberty Station. Make your reservation now at thepatiosd.com.
Founded by Jacques Lubin and his partners in 1990, Incplan USA has helped thousands of entrepreneurs to form legal entities throughout the world. Our clients have also made productive use of the various services that we offer: initial company registrations, bank consulting, virtual office services, and more. Incplan's clientele continues to grow primarily from customer referrals. We are affiliated with Corporate Holding Services, a highly respected Delaware firm that advises large U.S. and international corporations.
How would you like to lose unwanted weight and relieve gas and bloating, constipation, and upset stomach? Then say hello to ProBioSlim, and right now you can try a free 2-week sample. ProBioSlim is the one-of-a-kind weight loss supplement that can help you burn fat, control your appetite, and with distinct probiotic ingredients, also help relieve those digestive problems that can make you feel heavy and uncomfortable. Call now to learn how to get your free 2-week sample of ProBioSlim, or call 800-573-2712.
If you owe $10,000 or more in credit card debt or unsecured loans, this is what it looks like. But there is a solution. Only National Debt Relief has the Debt Reset program that negotiates with your creditors to reduce your debt down to a fraction of what you owe, and will customize a low monthly payment plan, helping you become debt-free in as little as 24 to 48 months. And you don't pay a dime until we succeed.
Call now for your free $100 gift card. Call 800-928-0543.
This peaceful health and wellness ranch south of San Diego, California, has existed for 70 years, thanks to the hard work and vision of founder Deborah Seike, a woman whose healthy living efforts are changing the way people take care of their body, mind, and soul.
I call it prevention of obesity through education. Education does everything. Well, that is one education we have neglected.
Deborah, now 88 years old, founded Rancho La Puerta in 1940 with her then late husband, Edmund. The two focused on nature, exercise, education, and eating organic, fresh food. Back then, it was only $17.50 a week, and people were required to bring their own tents.
The first 5 years, it had a dirt floor. We had no power. We had outhouses. We charged $17.50 for a week, but it was 70 years ago. I never had doubts because I knew it would work. We were part of what needed to be done. I think it's feeling part of the greater mission.
One way her mission of educating others about healthy eating habits is fulfilled by letting guests pick organic vegetables and fresh fruit from the ranch's 25-acre garden, and then teaching them how to cook it for a unique hands-on learning experience.
From 8 to 9, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday is Pilates. And Tuesday and Thursday, I wake up at 6 to go out with my trainer walking. We do stretches, and we have different stoops where we do push-ups. It's getting in touch with yourself. So my exercise program is my grounding time.
Deborah's been credited as the founder of the modern health and fitness movement. But beyond that, she's also a great believer in the Chinese proverb, give a man a fish and he will eat for a day. Teach him how to fish and he will eat for a lifetime. That's why she began and oversees a foundation in San Diego and in Tecate, both to help underprivileged youth learn the tools they need, like farming, to live a long and healthy life.
Just doing it for the kids is not the same as they're doing it. There's a lot about bottom-up, involving the people. We're talking about involving the children, involving their minds and their bodies rather than just telling them that, yes, it's healthy food and you're supposed to eat a rainbow and all that, but having them understand why.
Taking the idea that letting children plant and grow their own food to improve their eating habits, she's created a new project to help kids in the United States. One that combines her love of nutrition, fitness, and education with her experience in government, philanthropy, and activism. The issue she's tackling, childhood obesity.
We are not educating them. We adults know the battle of the bulge. We fight it all the time. We have the tools of literature, we've read things, we know all kinds of ways to help it out. The kids have nothing. They're vulnerable to the marketing. They have nothing to defend themselves. And just school lunches alone won't do it. It has to be a family effort. It has to start in the home, and that's why we're talking about bottom up. The children have to be involved in the decisions if it's going to last.
According to the National Center for Health Statistics, childhood obesity has more than tripled in the last 30 years. The White House claims this is costing the nation $147 billion per year. To help on a national level, Michelle Obama recently launched the Let's Move campaign to help the battle of the bulge and make big changes in the food industry.
Kids need to learn from the moment you're born, cells are beginning to die, and throughout life they're renewed. And that the fuel that the cells use to renew themselves is the food. Those vitamins, those minerals are the elements needed to build a healthy body.
Deborah's new project falls in line with the First Lady's crusade to transform the unhealthy eating habits children have today. It's called the Life Skills Program, and the idea is to teach 5th graders about the fundamentals of food, how to grow it, and how to adapt an overall healthier lifestyle.
In the 5th grade, I want them to spend that year what I call living skills semester, in which they will still do everything that is required, but they will be rewritten so that the lessons of the body's functions, of nutrition, of the history of food, they will learn math by budgeting.
While she works with national lawmakers and educational experts to get this pilot program in place in the coming years, this senior says nothing is going to stop her from seeing her life skills dream become a reality.
We're only talking about a pilot of 5th grade in 4 states to begin. The 5th grade parent will have to volunteer and will have to come for 2 sessions. But the child will know what causes disease. They will be the people who will be the coach, just as they did with global warming, as they did with smoking, as they did with recycling. They will be the teachers. And then every 6 months, from the 5th grade to the 8th grade, the parents, the siblings, the children, and the school teacher and her family will all have their blood count, their blood pressure, their weight, their BMI checked. And the theories are, if it has stayed in normal range for 3 years, it's fixed for life.
By living a holistic way of life and continuing to educate future adults about the power of a healthy lifestyle, it's clear that Deborah Seike's path will make a lasting mark on generations to come. In San Diego for California Life, this is Jennifer Quinones.
Welcome back. Big news from Beverly Hills. Celebrity plastic surgeon Dr. Andrew Ordon has discovered an anti-aging breakthrough called Fill and Freeze, and he's giving away 1 million bottles free.
I've spent nearly 30 years looking for an effective, instant breakthrough to reduce the appearance of wrinkles that can be applied topically instead of with surgery or invasive medical techniques. And I finally found it with Derm Exclusives Fill and Freeze.
Wow, I'm young again. I don't feel like an old lady. The lines are gone.
Oh my God, wow. I can't believe it. It looks really good. It gives you a whole new confidence.
It definitely took 10 years off. If I went to a dermatologist here in the city, I would pay $300-400 for this.
I know you're wondering what Derm Exclusive can do for you. Well, you don't have to wonder. You can order it right now and try it for yourself, absolutely risk-free. And here's how.
Call now during this special direct-to-consumer offer and you won't pay $120. Today, you can get your own instant results with Fill and Freeze for only $59. But that's not all. Today, we're taking another $20 off, so now you can get this instant wrinkle-removing miracle for the low price of only $39.95. And as part of our 1 million bottle giveaway, Dr. Ordon is including a second $60 bottle of Fill and Freeze free. That's nearly $120 of Fill and Freeze for only $39.95. Dr. Ordon will even include his Micro-Pure Resurfacing Pads, Intensive Repair Serum, and Collagen Lift Moisturizer, a $200 value, free. Order now and we'll even upgrade your order to Express Delivery. That's a $15 value, free. Plus, you even get to try it risk-free for 30 days with our money-back guarantee. But you must call to order. Call 1-800-619-1871. That's 1-800-619-1871. Order now.
Welcome back to California Life. We like to showcase the best California has to offer here on our show, and that includes some of California's most interesting and unique people. Today's California Life profile is bringing you just that. We have one of the original puppeteers from the Disney movie Pinocchio here with us, just in time for the 70th anniversary Blu-ray DVD release of the film. He even performed a special puppet show for us live in studio. Bob Baker joins me now. Bob, I'm so glad to have you here on our show.
Well, my pleasure to be here.
And that was fascinating. I mean, just watching you in action, and like I was saying, it's such a subtle move, yet you do so many different things with the puppet. How did you get started?
Well, I started as, I was 6 years old. I saw a puppet show downtown at Old Barker Brothers and stayed to see all 6 shows, and I drove everybody crazy while I was 7. And then I went to Bullock's Wilshire, and they were selling Mickey Mouse puppets, believe it or not, and made by the Hesped people. And I bought a Mickey Mouse puppet, and then I bought a couple of other puppets, and then my mother turned to the puppeteer that was doing it. It was height of depression. And she says, how does he learn to do this? She says, I'll be happy to give him lessons. And so I said, when? And she said, I'll be there tomorrow morning if you want me. And finally I had a lesson every day but Sunday. And by the time I was 8, I had a whole show together. Bullock's Wilshire said, I'd like to go out and do a birthday party for Mervyn Leroy, his children. And I went out, did the show, and I got paid, and I went back to Bullock's and I said, I'll do that anytime you want to send me. And they did that until World War II came along. But it wasn't until I was about 12 or 14 that an animator was living across the street from me from the Disney studio. And he knew I had the puppets, and he said, can you work your puppets for me? I want to draw some things. And he took those into the studio, and they invited me to come and work the puppets for all the other animators in making a Pinocchio.
Thank you so much for coming on our show and
My
sharing
pleasure.
some of your insight. It's just fascinating, and we just love having you here, and we would love to come out and see you at your studio sometime.
We'll
have
do
to
that
do that
anytime. Give us a call and make a reservation.
The sand has been emptied from the shoes. The last summer barbecue is come and gone. Fall signals a very tangible reminder to families and workers everywhere. The dreaded daily grind is back.
40% of us are feeling stressed. There's no point to go back to work being stressed. We spend more time at work than we spend time at home or with our friends. So let's do things differently. Let's rethink our daily grind, and as business owners or managers, bring something different than stress to our employees, our people, because they don't deserve stress. Nobody does deserve stress. So let's go to work in a different way.
Mars Drinks commissioned the survey that confirms 4 out of 10 Americans dread returning to work after Labor Day. His message to bosses, business owners, and employees everywhere: put yourself in a comfort zone from the moment you get to work.
My personal tip: start with a cup of coffee. Don't go to your computer, opening up your screen and looking at how many emails you've received, because that's going to bring major stress. Go to the coffee place, go to the coffee machine, brew yourself a cup of coffee, cup of tea. You will start your day in a very refreshed, relaxed way, and you will have a chance to interact with some of your fellow employees and colleagues, and then have a chat, informal discussion. What a better way to start the day.
Then apply that same mentality through business meetings, breaks, and the rest of your day.
It's better to have a meeting around the coffee machine in a coffee chat environment than having a meeting into a closed place with a very formal way. Believe me, you're way more productive around the coffee machine, having a discussion with your fellow employees and colleagues and direct reports, than you are in a closed environment. And that's it. That's about rethinking the behavior that makes us feel good.
By visiting marsdrinks.com, you can learn more about their findings and share in the tips to get inspired, get organized, manage your time, and stay connected by rethinking the daily grind. Bringing you the best of California, I'm Brent Weber for California Life.
And that'll do it for us here on our show. Thank you so much for watching California Life, where we bring you the best in California every week. Check out our new website, californialifehd.com.
Or watch us on our YouTube channel. Stay connected to our social media, like our blogs on Facebook. Follow our tweets on Twitter. And check out our posts on Instagram and Pinterest, where we bring you the best of California.